Hello, my friends. Welcome back once again. Hambbage here, and we're back. I have a hot, fresh, steaming cup of coffee. So excited about that, and even more excited to be back at our base and ready to start laying out our barn at least. I don't know that it's going to be well, in fact, I know it won't be just a non-stop build because we still need a bunch of nether quartz to get those things ready to go. Um, but along those lines, let's do this. Tools. I think we'll need some shovel power, and we need the quartz anyway, so let's just knock these out real quick to repair on the shovel that we'd used on all the clay. Da 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 da. And this will get us back going. So for anybody who didn't catch the last episode, check it out. They're all out there on YouTube. You can watch this whole world, all 236 episodes, I think. Quite a few. As we start from very humble beginnings and are frankly still in pretty humble digs here around our home. But we made a lot of progress. We've gotten some advancements. We've been focused on exploring our world and some functionality stuff like builds in the nether to keep us safe and builds in abandoned mine shafts to get us all kinds of goodies and this and that and all over the place. Builds in the sky to get us tridents and gunpowder. So while that's been ongoing, we haven't had a lot of chance for the nicer things in life. And one of the nicer things in life, the thing that, is beyond human contact, the thing that gives us the most genuine joy, I think, and simple pleasure in life is animal friends. I don't have a pet right now. It's kind of ridiculous what they want for pet rent at my place. So, but I love animals in my life. All my friends that have, stand-apart houses and that kind of stuff, or apartments where animals are included or pretty cheap, are awesome. And I love to dog sit or take for walks or whatever the case may be. The animals are awesome, and we're gonna rightfully so take care of our animal friends that we have and the animal friends to come before we take care of ourselves. Now, obviously, we had to make our little basement base thing. We had to try for some early enchants, and that's what made that. It was an educational tower, right? We tried to make it a little more than just a box, but it ended up being more boxy than I'd ever hoped. And of all the things I've ever built, not my favorite. So don't worry, we'll get our hands on that. But this is a build I've been thinking about all summer and something I've really wanted to do. And now that it's knocking the door on winter, I don't want to rush through autumn. Our autumn out here is so beautiful. Today it's supposed to stay cooler. I don't know if that's going to hold today or not, but after a day in the 70s yesterday, it's supposed to only get to about 50 today. And living here near the mountains, that's what we have to expect. You kind of just roll with the punches and always have a variety of layers on hand that you can switch up as needed. I didn't even, through all that, I wasn't even looking at the shovel. I hope it repaired well and not too much waste out of all this. It's fun to talk to you guys. Well, who knows how many of those blocks we wasted XP-wise, but it's not a waste. They're all special. What we may do, though, is a little bit of tool repair. Not that we need a bunch, but like our axe, one of these evenings we may swap it out with our... I keep dragging all those words. Let me switch that out with our totem so that we can get some XP. So we don't have much of this. Now, our quartz is going to be huge, especially at the end. It's going to be all of the roof because the big red barns currently of the American Midwest, I think a lot of them are metal sided as well. But traditionally, they would have a big base. It's nighttime. Great. I need something. You know what? Let's just prepare. Not here. Oh, this is perfect. Just the right amount, I guess. So what we first need to do, that's no good. Miss any other pieces? I think one just despawned way down there. I don't know if you guys can see it. There was 3 of them? Come on. Alright. So, all I hope to accomplish today is spacing and cellar. Let's call it that for our day. Let's see. Oh man, we're only halfway through. I guess we'll go have a combat style-y night too. Oh man. I was gonna do this first. Since we are... Wait, we were gonna do the axe, right? There we go. I don't care about them too much until we eliminate the possibility of damage on all of our precious buildings. This is going to be problematic, though. You were the only one I cared about. Okay, let's get out here to the great arena. Don't you come near me, Enderman. Oh, I should eat. Hey. I thought that creeper was coming for me, but I guess not. Oh my goodness. Yeah, getting out here in the midst of don't you do me like that. Getting rid of those is nice. So maybe one thing we should do in the midst of all of our work out here as we work towards completion is getting torches all over out there. Just to make it that if we have a zombie villager, we have some chance. Ah, some chance. What? Of getting it back. To the little box. Alright, that coffee that I had just a sip of is finally starting to take hold. Do we think we can get a skelly creep? No, I don't think we have time. Yeah, just getting over there was... You guys are about to burn up in the sun. And from my sword. So I'm really helping you out, is what that is. Okay. Creepers. Got one there. Alright, day has broken. And we are to work. Trying to be at work here, sir. So, I think I'm willing to trade area here for the walkway, right? To have a little bit of space. So let's go straight out from the edge of this chicken pen. To there. And we'll want to have a little bit of space, but I want it to be big. So I guess out to here as well. Now here's one of the things. Do we want to make it elevated a bit? I think we may. Just so it kind of stands out and pops. I think to there. May be good as a foundation level. Maybe not. Maybe let's just go level, ground level. It'll build up more dirt for us, but since when is that a new thing? Let's put what dirt we do have. We're gonna fill up here almost immediately, I'm sure. So that is our height we want to be putting our foundation at. And let's go there. Maybe. Yeah, I think I do want double what's between there, just to allow for easy access of the animals. And let's see what this gives us. Dropping off 2, of course, for the sides. 22, so 24 blocks of interior space. 24 is a pretty good number. It's very subdivisible. 4s and 3s, obviously, 2s, but 8s and 6s? Is 24? Yeah. So we've got some good possibilities here. Now, the depth is important. I think we want probably if we go a side of 6, that would give us plenty of room to do the stalling or whatever. I also want to have it be proportional, but is 4 enough space? I think that might end up becoming 5 would have some space inside. If that was like the edges, those are the spaces. We can put stuff on the back walls, all good. And then this, so it could be 4, 6, 4. Which should be 14 total. 1, 2. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 more. And then one for the way back. All right. That should be 16, I think, total. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15. Oh, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Goodness gracious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was short. Maybe. We'll see if I actually counted it right now. Okay, so I think that's 16 because each of these are 2, 3, 4. Come on! So that's 17 now? Oh my. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where those stalls in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where those stalls in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be a 6, right? Ah! I think part of it is I keep running into the back of the silo. Alright, so if that's that side, 1, 2, 3, 4, this would be a stall, right? And then out here, 1, 2, 3, 4, this would be a stall, right? Then we've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we do need to go one more over. There and there. No. Did I do it? No, because that's only 3 now. I'm still short. This. What? Stop. I guess that's not the worst thing in the world, except when you don't know where you're cutting to. Hey. Alright. Try to get out of this trench here in just a moment. Alright, we talked about torches, having many of them. Not beautiful. And I kind of am okay with having our area here a little dark normally, but until we get this this zombie villager safely secure, we want to. I'm also gonna need to dump some trash here. So for anybody new that was like, oh, you're building a barn? I'm a total barn aficionado, and I want to come see all the barn raised in action. Welcome. That's awesome. If you have any tips for me, I'd love to hear them. But we are also in the midst of an ongoing combat sort of thing. One of the advancements in Java Minecraft is to strike a villager with lightning. And we are trying to combine that with obtaining a zombie villager, curing him, and then striking with lightning. We have all the pieces in place except for a zombie or a villager. I mean, we have lots of zombies. They're here all the time. But we have not yet, despite some kind of haphazard attempts, we have so far failed to get everybody back in. And so we haven't slept in. We looked at the stats recently, and I think it's something ridiculous, like a full day and change worth of real time in Minecraft. So and at roughly an hour per episode, that's, I think we're around like 30 hours, 30 episodes of not sleeping. So we get a lot of phantoms these days. And I would love to sleep. You guys don't even know. My poor Hambbage brain is rattled. I think maybe that's my excuse for the failed counting there at the end of the barn. If those creepers want to hang over there, I guess I'm okay with that. Let's cycle around this way. Wow, look at all those creepers. See if we can entice any non-phantom. What? Hit something. Her phantom count is going to be up there with her Enderman. There's a few zombies. None of the... That bee, is he getting that creeper? That'd be cool if he was. Skeletons are our secret dread in this, really, because the last villager we had out in the swamp, while we were riding him back in the boat, a skeleton was shooting, and as soon as I broke the boat, instead of following me, he turned around and tried to take on the skeleton and just got killed. Which of course was not ideal for anybody. Trying to get an angle on that creeper. Whatever. Did the skelly get him? And is that a villager or is that a drowned? Skellies hit the creeper. No, the creeper's now apparently dead. We've got a load of zombies. Oh my goodness. Alright, hold on. Time for a snack. Just need an orange slice, right? Just like a little kid's soccer. Oh. Do we have any... This is crazy. Alright, so that one is... You go away. That one was not a villager. That was an insane amount of zombies. And not a one of them... Oh, I tried to quick switch to my sword. Didn't work. Yeah. One. You are not a villager. Become a villager. Good for nothing, skillies. Don't even hit the creepers when I try to set you guys up. What you got? I gotcha. I gotcha. Oh, oh, oh. I lagged you. Oh, I want to fire again. Snack. Our axe is better. Uh, Makes me a little worried that I was picking stuff up there. Oh, maybe it was just incomplete stacks of something or other. No! Oh no! No, 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 no. That was unacceptable. Horribly bad. We gotta do lawn care. Trying to build a barn here, people. But I guess if we're gonna have an incident, the time to do it is while we've got pockets and pockets of dirt. I thought you guys were burning. What happened to that? Huh? There you go. Hey, tell somebody about it. Somebody who cares. Oh. Wow, that one just didn't want to get filled in, did it? And, of course, our shovel is under repair. Hey, Skelly, can you help me finish repairing my shovel? Just come over here real quick. Be great if you could. Just saying. Not quite, huh? There's more creepers. Ooh, a couple creepers. Come over here, creeper. Come on. I like how sometimes they decide to go up the level. It was like that one, was it the last episode? It went through the tree or over the tree or whatever. It's like, when I was fighting with iron swords back in the caves, I could never get that break. Come here, creeper. Any others? Come here. Come on, away from my house. Oh. Oh, exhausting. And now we've got so much junk. We do have an ender chest. Let's set this up over here. Right down here by the chickens is blue box for dirt. And in goodies, I think we may have... I know, we're wasting barn time here, but I think this will really help out longer term if we can have this kind of battle animal mob deposit area. And let's go take a quick turn. See that XP. I don't think there's anything too awesome out here, but gather up what there is. There. And still not done with the shovel, but we need it now. Go away. Alright, now we should be able to switch between the two. My main concern there was, as we were fighting around and like, oh, if we get a villager, I don't have... I don't have the inventory space to go to that chest and pick up stuff, the name tag and the hat and all that kind of stuff to try to keep him safe in the midst of what's obviously going to be a pile of creepers and skeletons and endermen all running around in the midst of us trying to get our zombie villagers secured. So, whose name will be Sparky. All right. I think we have a big rectangle. So now we're going to dig out the dirt, and we're actually going to put this into a cellar, much like our base itself. I don't really think that most actual barns would have cellars. If they did, they would likely be very small, like a like a root cellar. Kind of think the Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz, her family going in and having the little side door lean-to access thing to get in and underground. And mainly, I think, because of the huge expense of trying to keep that all dug out, just back in the day and traditionally, you don't have a big basement because you got to dig out that big basement, likely with a shovel and a pick. And that, for anybody who's done any tree planting or anything, that's not real fun. Which, by the way, in the description of the last video, we talked about we speak for the trees with an axe. I'm a huge fan of conservation and forestry. It's a joke. Please don't think I take our natural resources lightly. I love them, but sometimes you gotta go get some acacia wood. So we did plant a lot of saplings. If you saw the thing, then you know. And you're welcome for me bringing the awareness of the Lorax to us all. I don't know if the Lorax gets much run anymore, does he? All right, we got ourselves a room. So let's think about this a bit. Our stalls in our center aisle are going to go like that. Maybe... Oh, we're going to have to do more counting, I guess. Oops. Now, I'm kind of thinking, what I'm thinking here is I want to do the basement, right? But would you... I don't think you'd want to have wood floors under the animals, right? That's going to rot, despite the straw and all that kind of stuff. Maybe not too much. You guys have to watch because I don't trust myself to We think wood floors are best for toy barns. Can you use barn boards for flooring? How do I keep my barn floor dry? This is obviously a still thing. What do you put on a barn floor? How do I make an old barn wood floors? How do I make old barn wood floors? Can I use old wood for flooring? How do you clean old barn wood floors? Pole barn flooring options. Okay, these are real barns. Pole barns are real barns. They're what, kind of like uh, a 1 acre farm with somebody keeping a horse would use like a pole barn, right? Doesn't depend on the floor as the building's foundation. This opens the door to several different choices of flooring, blah, 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 blah. It's popular options for dirt, gravel, concrete, stone, asphalt, wood. So I guess wood is okay. All right, well, that's good. Good to know, at least. What we may do is keep with this pattern. Let's get that. Oh, man. Dirt. And then have the stone underneath as like a floor support, right? Okay, now what was my halfway? Let's do this in here. Those of you familiar, having been around back to the origination of the trader outpost, may note a little similarity here. So what I'm going for is a match, and what we said it was 24, I think. Or was that the other way? 4, 8, 12, 16, 4, 8, 12, 16. So that would make that the center. Okay, well, I guess that's just that then. Ooh, we're getting ready for another night. Oh, I should check the time too. And all that looking at barn floor stuff. 44, so at least we'll make it through another night of combat. So I thought maybe I'd have like a big open end with some big spacing around it, but now I'm thinking that we'll just do 16 total stalls and then keep kind of this central area and the central throughway clear. I went early. Okay, that's even and good. Oh, a little sloppy, but can you blame me? There's probably monsters coming. All right. Zombie villager. right? Just a little bit more light here because this is our path. Oh, man. Yeah, look. Figure all that out in the morning. Okay. Oh, only got one. Didn't even see that one yet. I was busy adjusting my mouse pad and my mouse. Something's clearly wrong here, right? I think everything's kind of drifting in. Oh, man, I got a pen. All right, let's just space out, shake out the shoulders a little bit. Look out now. Yeah, things were... I want that bar of iron, right? Why can't any of you be nice, productive villagers? Huh? Fight to hang on to that memory of your past self before the infection started. I don't think we're in real danger here, but if you're not repairing, don't mess around, right? No enchanted bow over there. Do kind of want to keep pulling this way, just to hopefully have a little bit better access back if I need it. I haven't been around here in a while. Oh, that cave? I think that connects into our little ravine over there. The ravine system. It was so scary when we first went in there. Worrying about falling and creepers and skellies. But that was kind of the turning point over there. It was where we first kind of got to the point where it's like, okay, we don't just need to run away and panic if, more than 2 optimal mobs show up. We can handle this. You guys know how much I typically like to keep a skelly around to try to fight off creep. Whoa, where did you come from? Oh, you dropped out of the sky. Get dropped by a phantom? 2 babies. Alright, let's, do we have any creepers around? Nope. Water, of course, is the great baby neutralizer. They're defenseless against it. Especially if you put them in within 20 minutes of eating. Go get your gunpowder. Here, zombie villagers. More of you little peskies. don't know if I'm getting lit more there because I'm trying to hold back on swinging because of the phantoms. It's definitely something I've noticed more. All right, here we go. Iron Guy, do you have pants? I don't have any pants for my collection yet. It'd be really cool if you could drop your pant. I forget I said that. Sounds bad. I was thinking that as kind of like the submarine periscope, right? It's like, all right. I When I was young, Tom Clancy was huge. I kind of was hitting like, I don't need to read young adult books anymore. Right about the time that the Red October movie with Alec Baldwin and Sean Connery hit, and was a huge, huge hit movie. I don't know how well it's held up. I haven't tried to watch it in years. And of course, the world situation, it's just nostalgic kind of stuff now. We still have, I'm sure both we and the Soviets have boomer subs out there, right? They're in some ways kind of the absolute height of technology, much the same as space, right? They deal with a lot of the same challenges. The one difference being they don't need to be lifted out of our atmosphere. But in terms of atmosphere, they have the much greater challenge of outside pressure, whereas in space you're in a vacuum. You have to be rigid enough to not just pop because there's nothing outside holding you together. You can't leak, but then neither again can submarine. So in a way, those two went hand in hand. And where spacecrafts have to deal with rocket propulsion and not exploding and all that kind of stuff, submarines have to deal with being entirely silent and undetectable. So they really have both been huge gateways to the technology that we somewhat take for granted today. This is probably a waste of time. Oh, not too bad. Got some boots. Anyway, I was huge into Tom Clancy because that came out. I read all the books. They were exciting and adventurous spies and all that, but they so much, and I think it's sad. I love them. I watch them all anyway. But with the whole streaming world, like you can't have a spy drama or any of that kind of stuff that's not TVMA these days. I mean, think about it. How often is there a big suspenseful blockbuster series that doesn't have people either running around naked or showing the full detail of someone getting executed or something? It's just I understand the reason for it, but it's a bummer because I think there's a lot of young adults that they're drawn to that kind of stuff, but they don't filter it, and it's just it's kind of playing to the least common denominator, I guess. I don't know. I wish we had a means for some of those things where you don't need to show everything. People, even young people, are very good at putting those pieces together and not needing to be spoon-fed it. And the imagination can fill in a lot of those details, whether it's romance or violence or suspense or anything else. It's like the horror movies that you have the slashers that kind of show you all the gore and celebrate it. And those are cool. But then you also have the suspense thrillers that it's like, oh, what's going to happen now, right? So I don't know. I really enjoyed them as a kid, and as a kid, there was nothing in them. And I say kid, like high school age kid. There was nothing in them that was offensive, right? I wasn't. it wasn't something my parents had to worry I was, going to pick up anything over the top. Just as having read them, I think there's probably some limited swearing and that kind of stuff. I mean, they're soldiers after all, so they're not doing that. But and there's talk of some romance and all that kind of stuff, but it's not. I don't recall it being over the top. Anyway, that's not a huge rant. So I wonder how our time's doing now. We'll try to get this bit done so we have everything marked out. 2 more. So anyway, without having ever lived near an ocean or anything, I, like so many other people in the mid '90s, I guess. I don't know when the book The Hunt for Red October came out. I think that I was reading, catching up a little bit because that had already been converted into screenplay and the movie and all that. Kind of by the time I was learning about all these, but I know certainly. I don't remember which order they came in, but I think like Some of All Fears and Clear and Present Danger, some of those were all coming out about as I was reading them. And I remember the descriptions that, these submarines, and part of this was one that wasn't in the Jack Ryan universe. It was a standalone called, was it Red Storm Rising? It was about a World War III scenario, um, where, a limited World War III, United States and NATO versus the Soviet bloc, basically. But there was a lot about North Atlantic submarine warfare, and he would describe these subs that were either hunting or out convoy patrolling to protect, and they'd pop up these the old periscope, right, and where let's try to get one on the. Oh, man. Oh, I got the bad omen. Well, I guess it was due. Fortunately enough, I think. We got that taken care of. Couldn't have happened to a better place. Bloop, bloop. There we go. All ready for next time. And we got a banner. Ooh, maybe your banners would go cool down here. All right. I had thought, and I may still on the back, to me, the idea of a barn not being just completely level, it may be inaccurate, and it may have more to do with trips through Wisconsin farm country as a kid. But I remember some of these barns in rolling wooded hill country And there wouldn't often be just a huge flat plain for the barn to stand on. It would be kind of tucked into the side of a hill, and you'd have kind of like a low side, high side type deal. And there, you would have, and this is kind of where I want the brick at the bottom. You'd kind of have this low end that would be exposed out, and then along the hillside, you'd have the elevation. So that's part of what I envision here. I want to have this brick part, and we may build back up the terrain around this. Like, I think this backside I'm going to leave pretty well up. And you guys will see more of why that in a bit here. And this does actually orient the way I would envision it, which is the south faces this way, right? And we have a built into kind of a sloping hillside on this backside. So the part that we're going to do in brick from here up will probably be short. But I envision some little exit areas, and this is actually more of a guide for what's going to be above, because this is going to kind of be a sub-level. And here I'd like to have, we may not have this access because we may tie these open, but that would be okay, I think. Or at least split it. But I'd like to have a little, like pigs and sheep, and I don't know if we can get goats to stay. They jump, so that would be tough. Maybe if we had like an overhang, they would stay contained. But little animals that would stay under the barn and have more of the protection, and in like winter warmth, they're a little more sensitive, a little less internal body heat. So this might be that middle or lower layer where they've got a little access to walk out. And then up here would be our access for our first horse level. And then up above, we'll have a lofted kind of balcony area, and that would be hay and all that good stuff to store. So, and then maybe way up at the very top, we'll have just a little attic kind of area, kind of snarky, because I don't know how high, if we want to do that loft right, kind of above stall layer for our horses and mules and donkeys, or how we want to do that. Anyway, that's kind of it. But as I said, I think that all of this is going to be a sub basement as well, and that's where the stone brick is going to come in and give us kind of a fun little play area. Because a big old building like this, right? It's not just going to be floating. This needs some big time support. I thought I could get more of this done before that night really hit. Alright, let's go dump off as much of this as we can. We got time. Big tough warriors. Just don't want them taking out my chickens. Alright. Oh, I forgot to shoot. Oh, it's an hour and 5. Darn it. Here, we'll go in the silo. Oh, man. Creeper, I'm trying to make me burn my silo. I totally forgot about time there. Just kind of laying out the plans for the barn. Hey, hey. Whew. All right. Sorry this one got long, guys. I got too excited about planning out the barn and envisioning it, talking about it. It's all right though. We've made good progress. I think we'll keep plugging away at this for a while. Get that whole sub basement kind of area knocked out and ready to go around the stalls. It's not going to be hugely massive. Think along the terms of our base, but less adorned, right? Just a lot of stone brick. Um, Maybe we'll throw some mossy in there, some lanterns down low to light it up or something like that. But I think we may we may treat it a little bit as a dungeony type thing, where if we wanted to, um, stash away some prisoner zombies or something like that, we could. Um, Maybe some prisoner pillagers. That we'd put down, but more like storagey kind of stuff, and just having um, those under stall things have the kind of the stalls built out, and we'll have those as being bases for posts that would go up through the sheep goat layer and all that. I'm talking here, and we're already an hour and 5. We'll talk about it more as we're building more. You guys are awesome. I thank you so much for coming by, and we'll see you for the next one. Bye now.